I remember one of the things that have always stood out to me was when I interviewed BG Knockout, right, who was a Crip. And one day, while in prison, he said, "Do I love my gang more than I love my family? Because my gang is separating me from my family. I keep going back to jail because I'm gang banging." And he said, "No, I do not."
The thing that I try to, the thing that bothered me about my own situation was like, yo, I had to question like if I loved my kids and my family, because like, why would I leave them to come to a place like this, you know? And that's the thing that I try to talk to my young homies who are still in there. It's like, you watching your kids just grow up without you, you know what I'm saying? And what if somebody did attack your daughter or some shit and you can't do nothing about it because you were so loyal to something else, you know what I mean? It's like, people gotta snap out of it, man.
But their culture is different though. They grew up Crip and Blood. Like, they come from a line of family members that was either Crip or Blood or this set or that set. I'm looking, at the time we was looking at, I was in disbelief. I'm like, you got Bloods in New York?
Yeah.
What? Like, I couldn't understand, like, why Bloods? So,
which is a Cali thing.
Right, it was Cali. Like, I'm from Brooklyn, my nigga. Like, we ain't Blood. Like, but it became a thing. It became a thing. You couldn't stop it. It was an epidemic.
You think hip hop is what kind of romanticized it? Or was it the movies like Colors?
No, Colors was about LA.
Right, but it was Crips and Bloods on the big screen for the first time ever.
Right.
Think about that.
Do you think Colors influenced the rise of the gangs here?
It's hard to say. Like, for example,
I don't know, because I was in the 80s.
See, I lived in Northern California, right? I lived in the Bay. So
it's no Crips and Bloods.
There's no Crips, even to this day, there's really no Crips and Bloods. The Bay has always been like, it's not our thing.
It's not our thing.
We have our neighborhoods, we got Hunters Point, we got Sunnydale Projects, where my ex, was from, so I got to really see that firsthand and so forth. Like, they've always been like, this is an LA thing, it's not our thing. And they've always rejected it. But you go pretty much to any other state, and it's all Crips and Bloods. In fact, if you go up north, if you go to Sacramento, hour and a half away, like the Mozzies of the world and so forth, they got Bloods and Crips and everything else like that.
I was curious back then. Like, I remember asking questions like back then, like, it's really Bloods and out here? Like, so you mean it came from California? Because I was like totally ignorant to the whole situation. Like, I had just did a year in the box, so I don't know nothing. I'm like, you tell me, so Bloods came to New York and now they locked up and now they like, nah, it ain't like that. They started it on the island, and it's up north now. But I understood why when they broke it down to me why, because at the time it was a lot of racial back and forth going on, The Latino gangs was definitely strong. C95, it was a jungle back then. So, some brothers got together and it was like, yo, we need to form some unity. So, from my understanding, and I don't know much, because niggas would be taking my words later on and be like, yo, you said this, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. From my understanding, it was created out of that in 93. I want to even say C95 maybe. Maybe C95, North Facility, one of them. And it was something that was needed at the time.